It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings in Wayne County is a popular thing. To dine in or take out for one delicious meal, and with the low great prices, it's simply a steal. Famous for the variety of sauces, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. When it's time to eat lunch or dinner, Damon's Restaurant's the place to go. Located in the middle of town on West Cherry Street, yes, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings simply can't be beat. So next time you're hungry and looking for a great meal, head to Damon's Restaurant and enjoy a great deal. The number to call is easy, 588-WING, 588-9464, the real thing. Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings. Those chicken wings are a very popular thing.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, 1 minute after 8 o'clock. And on the phone with us right now is State Representative Bill Werkheiser from Atlanta. Bob, take it away.
Okay, it's Wednesdays with Werkheiser. Bill Werkheiser on the phone with us. Bill, how you doing today?
Doing good. How about y'all?
Doing great. Big news across the state again. Governor Kemp doling out a bunch of money, $422 million of water and sewer grants to dozens of cities and counties across the state. Most of those in the rural parts of the state, so the city of Jessup and Wayne County, you want to know how much we're getting. Do you have any idea?
I have not seen that yet. I just saw some of the big picture numbers, but I thought it was in the the big numbers, $400 million. Don't know how much for Wayne County.
Okay, well, maybe we can talk to our local officials. Maybe they have any idea, but again, this comes 3 weeks after he announced $408 million funding to expand high-speed internet. And again, all this coming from COVID-19 relief money. So how much did the state of Georgia get in COVID relief money? I mean, that's $422 million, $408 million. That's almost $1 billion.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. And the thing that I just read, that we're taking 400 and I think 16 million of that specifically for broadband that's going to affect about 200,000 people. So, some of those will be in matching grants, some of those will be in reverse bid with other, say, EMC co-ops. So still a lot of discussions about how that'll be spent and where it'll go. And then, of course, we've already done one round of awarding grants. So, the COVID money just keeps coming. But for every action, there's a equal opposite reaction, and some of that we're seeing at the gas pump and at the grocery store.
And on the phone with us, Bill Werkheiser, State Representative. What else is on tap for this week? Is crossover day coming up shortly, or we're almost halfway through the session? What day are we in?
So we're out today. Today's a committee-only day, and I got stuff lined up. First one is at 10, and then I got several things all the way up till 4, and a meeting tonight at 6. Just a lot of committee days today. So tomorrow is day 20, and then so we'll make it all the way through the next week, and then like Tuesday of the following week will be crossover day, and that is the last day if you're a House member to get a bill off the House floor to get over to the Senate, and then likewise for a senator to get a bill passed out of the Senate. And then the last 12 days, legislative days, we will mostly only entertain bills from the other chamber.
Okie doke. Anything coming up that we need to know about? Anything controversial? Blake said yesterday everything's controversial right now.
I was going to say, everything is controversial now. A couple of interesting things. Stephen and I are on energy and utility communications, and so having a little bit of territorial battle with gas stations are wanting to install EV chargers because of our economy or automobile industry keeps moving toward electric charging vehicles. The amount of chargers being placed are not equal to the amount of cars being put out. And so the gas stations are wanting to get into that sphere. But it's almost like they need permissions from Georgia Power. So we're having some discussions there.
Well, what kind of problem? Excuse me, Representative Organizer. What kind of problems are there? Are the service stations not able to put these charging units in at their stations, or they need permission from Georgia Power? Or does Georgia Power have to run? I know they'll have to run the lines. How does that work? What's the holdup?
So the holdup is you're reselling power that's been created. Like it's not like. I guess it's no different from gas. So they could put in an EV charger, but they've got to get the input, and so that input is created by Georgia Power. So Georgia Power wants their cut, and so the argument there is, well, Georgia Power could set up their own system of EV chargers, which would be, and they could undercut the market since they're basically monopoly.
Right. Yeah. But Georgia Power, any of the power companies like that, their part would be whatever power is being used at that service station for the charging. So they're just like the lights or anything else. It seems like that's where they would get their part out of it, is the amount of power that the service station would be using for charging these vehicles. Wouldn't that be the case?
It would, but the argument's going to be, so on a wholesale level, yes, they would get it. The question is, could they get into the retail business as well and get it on both ends and undercut those? And this is a whole different market from what's going on now. If people have a chargeable car, most likely they're getting a slow charge. The ability to do a fast charge costs more money to create that charge. So there's all kind of technical stuff that we get to hear about that.
Have you heard where if Georgia Power got into the charging business for vehicles, for EV vehicles, where would they put those? Would they just set up separate pieces of building? I mean, land where people would go just charge up. If they're not going to do it just at service stations, would they create their own entities out there?
They could. One of the thoughts proposed and actually currently happened, if some of the parking lot decks here in Atlanta have stations, so they could enter into agreements with parking decks and lease spots, or they could lease spots on where open areas are. They could create an entire bank of nothing but you pull up and charge your car.
Okay, well, this is one of those situations where the laws have to catch up with the technology, right?
Yes, and there's the problem. And so that you got to sift through all the lawyers who have their ideas about how it would work, and so that's our job, is to try to sift through all that before we try to create some laws that would protect the consumer.
Okay. All right, Bob.
Speaking of consumer and battles, I'm involved in it just because Patnell County won one of the larger medical marijuana licenses. There was only 6 total licenses, 2 large and 4 small. An outfit from Atlanta decided to put theirs in Patnell County, and they've already spent $4.5 million building out, but they can't get their license because the commission won't sign the piece of paper because of all the protests of the people who did not get their license. So we've got 3 bills floating around trying to decide how do we move this process forward. In typical government style, we passed a law back in 2015 to allow patients to have medical grade medical marijuana, which is in an oil form, not smoking. But here we are in 2022, and we've got 20,000 patients in the state of Georgia who has been given by their primary doctor or another doctor a medical marijuana card, which means you can possess it. Well, they got a card that says they can possess it, but they can't possess it because we have not completed the phases to make that possible. So that's getting a lot of attention up here, and rightfully so. The wheels of government can turn pretty slow sometimes, and it's very frustrating.
On the phone with us, Bill Workhouser. I'm just curious, how long does it take to charge a car?
So,
I mean, people in the United States, they're on the go. They want to go quickly. I mean, and if I run out of gas, somebody can bring me gas. But if I run out of chargers, nobody can bring me a charge, can they? They're going to have to get it towed somewhere. I mean, I just don't see how this is going to work. I mean, that just seems like a headache to me. I just wonder I know how much it takes to charge a golf cart. So is a car the same thing? You got to charge it overnight before you can move, or I mean, how does it work?
In a typical lawyer answer, it depends. So now,
how much is fast charge?
So now, believe it or not, that's not the real question. The real question is how far can I go, and here's why that matters. The early EV cars, the early Priuses, they could only go about 100 miles, and so only people in Metro Atlanta owned them. They would bring them home, and it was never the question. Just like your golf cart, you would just charge it overnight. So now that these vehicles can go and like the Rivian can go 500 miles on a single charge, I could drive from Glenville to Atlanta, back to Glenville, back to Macon in one charge. So it's really, you're more concerned about the range you can go on a single charge, because if you're charging overnight, as long as you're not traveling more than what your car could go in one day. But now, to answer your question, let's say somebody's doing a cross-country trek, so you can go to a slow charge or what's called a normal charge, and we've been told anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to get a full charge. But now these new charging stations that they're talking about putting at gas stations, where they're fast charge or super quick charge, there's 3 different stages. In 30 minutes, you could do a charge enough to get you a couple of 100 miles, which is generally going to get you anywhere you're going to go. So,
I was mentioning to someone one day that it sounds like in the future we may have to have an electric car to get around, probably within, let's say, a couple hours of our hometown. Then if we want to take a cross-country trip, it would be more convenient to have a gasoline-powered vehicle. Because, if you take a look at all those vehicles going up and down interstates and all the roads and stuff like that, if it takes 30 minutes for the fastest charge out there, you wouldn't have enough charging stations to put all those people in all those places. So
yeah, but if we keep extending the length that a vehicle will go, most people aren't going to drive 500 miles. Like I said, that's like driving from Jessup to Atlanta, back to Jessup, back to Macon on one charge.
Yeah, And maybe by 2030, when all this stuff's really going to kick in, it could be 500, 600, 700 miles by the time the technology goes by then. Yep. Right, Bob,
so
anything else?
That's the thing. Everything we talk about probably won't be true next year. We don't know.
We just need to get those vehicles that they had on the Jetsons when I was a kid. That's what you need. Where's those vehicles? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I think the flying car is going to be the way to go. But then
there you go.
Won't be any small accidents then, though.
I asked Blake, I can ask Stephen every time I get you guys on there. I'm just curious, you give out your information, email, phone numbers, to have people call you, what's on their mind. So I'm just curious, what are you hearing from the constituents? What's on their mind? What are they concerned about during this legislative session? Anything at all, or what's the phone calls about?
I guess there's two classifications of constituent calls. One is if they're having problems with, let's say they can't get their nursing license renewed, or they're having problems with unemployment benefits. Thankfully, most of those calls have been resolved. And then the other is bills we're voting for. And of course, every time there's a gun bill brought up, the gun lobbyist groups are pretty aggressive about making it easy to contact us. But and then there's a school choice bill that's getting a lot of attention. Hearing from both sides on that. It's really, fortunately, and this speaks highly of our school system, the school choice bills really don't even affect our area. The parameters are so tight, it only affects, I think less than 8 students in Wayne County would be the cap. And secondly, our school systems are doing such a good job. It's really the metro schools where the education level is so bad, they're trying to find a different solution. But we do, we hear about it because of all the publicity. Trying to think some of the other bills. Again, the people who have medical marijuana licenses or cards are wondering how come they still can't get it. So, but the best way to contact myself is cell phone 912-237-0145 or bill@workheiser.com. And speaking of, so just yesterday, heard from a couple of pharmacies, and we talked about it earlier, a bill that we've already passed, but there's a different one that's similar that's going to lower prescription costs, and we got to hear from some of our pharmacies this week encouraging us to vote on it, which we certainly will. And so, as I always say, it really matters when we hear from local folks because, we get sent up here, and I know a lot about printing, but, when we get elected, we're expected to know everything there is about higher education, healthcare, telecommunications, farming, and so when we hear from constituents, from people who live and work in those areas, it really makes a difference to us.
Okay. Well, Bill, appreciate you calling.
Yep. Again, always good talking to you on Wednesdays. Wednesdays with Workheiser. Again, stay safe in Atlanta, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. Well, we'll continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in just a moment. We got a guest in the green room. We'll have them on in a moment.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast.
Mostly sunny today, west winds highs in the low 80s, mostly clear, upper 50s for tonight. Sunshine mid-80s tomorrow, upper 50s tomorrow night. Friday, sunshine mid-80s. Saturday, mostly sunny, breezy, cooler, high mid-70s. Sunday, chance of showers, highs in the low 70s. Monday, sunshine mid-60s.
Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the Georgia 811 Weather Center. Contact 811 before you dig.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. We continue on with the show right now. We got a guest in with us this morning, and we have some folks from Coastal Pines Technical College. We've got Miranda Martinez and Elizabeth McCann. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
All right, we got Miranda. What's going on with Coastal Pines? What did y'all come in here about?
So we are in the Coastal Pines nursing program. We are a small group of six of us. So we've got Lacey Thomas, Miracle Stanley, Cheyenne Rozier, and Kevin Bass. And our program wanted us to do a community service project. So we have put together a raffle that benefits Fairhaven.
Okay.
For battered women and children.
Okay. This is for Fairhaven. And which group at Coastal Pines is putting this together?
ASN program. Yes.
To tell us, Elizabeth?
ASN program, the RN program.
The RN program.
Yep.
So you're just doing this as a community event?
Right. It's
fundraiser.
Required, yes,
Okay.
sir.
So y'all have to do a community event, and y'all decide to help Fairhaven out with a raffle.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us about it then.
So the tricky part was we couldn't just pick an event and give them money. We had to actually put in the work, and so with the help of our local sponsors, we've had a lot of people from our community who have helped us and have donated a lot of generous gifts.
Oh, okay.
That we're raffling off.
Okay.
Our donors include Gooey's, Fraser's Appliance, just south of Athens, England's Collision Center, Bruce's Chop House, Sugar and Spice Bakery, Sugar Bear, 528 Tactical, Page's Pound Cakes, Piggly Wiggly, Hardee's, Silva Sweets, Fonda Davis Salon, Decor Divas Designs, Crawford's Jewelers, Soul Refinery, Southern Charm and Elegance, and New Attitude Salon.
Okay. And how do folks go about getting these raffle tickets, and how much are they?
We made a Facebook page, and then just, of course, going around town. One of our girls, Shy, she's all around town, going in everywhere, asking people. But tickets are $10 for one or 3 for $25, and we will have the drawing live March 18th on Facebook. I mean, we've pretty much met our goal, but we're still out there to, if we make extra money, maybe put something else towards to whatever we've gotten.
Okay, so how much money are y'all trying to raise for Fairhaven?
So we partnered with Magic Mattress. They're giving us a great deal. We're supplying all the bedding for Fairhaven.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get all the ticket money for them, which we've gotten a generous amount. We've already reached our goal, and they'll get all new bedding and furnishings.
So that's
for
what you're doing, bedding and furnishings coming from?
Just new stuff, yeah.
From Magic Mattress?
Yes,
and so I've gotten the money for that, and the drawing, you said, are going to be live on Facebook on March 18th. Did you say that?
Yep.
Okay. And what would they look up under Facebook to be able to find this?
It's actually under CPTC
raffle, Fairhaven raffle.
Coastal CPT, Coastal Pines
Yeah.
Technical raffle. Okay, CPT.
Yep.
All right. And how many drawings will you have?
Each one, and some of them actually have 2 apiece. Like, say, Sugar and Spice is giving 2 $20 gift certificates.
Mm-hmm.
Chop House is doing a $100
so
gift
it's each
card.
one, so there's multiple.
We've got a $100 gas card. We've got great price. Our community's been very generous.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're super grateful for everybody who's helped us.
All right. Now, y'all wanted to come on there and talk about it, so you're informing the public what you're doing and what the nursing program's doing through Coastal Pines Technical College with this fundraiser for Fairhaven. If a person wants a raffle ticket right now, how do they go about getting one?
They can reach us on Facebook. They can reach any one of our group members.
You can look us up on Facebook or...
Just look it up on Facebook?
I mean, really, it's out there, like...
Okay.
It's on the Wayne County Concern Facebook page. And I think it's somewhere else, too.
Any place a person could go to get these raffle tickets?
We've met multiple people. We'll meet people in town or at our jobs or businesses.
So that's how you're doing. You're going out there with no particular place that a person could go to actually. They just got to find someone. Is that right?
They can meet us up here right now, and we'll sell them free for $25.
We got a whole book.
I didn't know if y'all had them for sale like at Coastal Pines, or you had a merchant around town who sold them, or anything of that sort. Because we have that happen a lot of times when people are trying to do. So for a place a person can actually go to.
It's just we're all over the place, so it's kind of hard to.
Is there a phone number they can call you?
Or
I mean, you can put my number down. It's fine.
We got 912-256-2612, and I will sell you as many tickets as you want to buy.
Once again, give that number.
912-256-2612.
So you got plenty of tickets, and you'll sell them up and sell more, huh?
Absolutely.
Right.
Buy as many as you want. 1 for 10 or 3 for 25. Is that right?
Yes,
We're
sir.
willing to meet you.
Okay, and sell these tickets right here to do this fundraiser here. Now, you said you've met your monetary goal for the bedding and furnishings. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. What are you going to do with the extra money? Have you figured that out yet?
Actually, one of our group members, Lacey Thomas, was getting a hold of Glen Pond at Magic Mattress, and she was going to see what else we could have to offer, like lighting or bedside furnitures or anything else that could accommodate them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's good
Toiletries.
that they need all kinds of stuff at Fairhaven, because we have them on here quite often. They talk about the particular items they need for these ladies that come in, because some of them just come in with the shirt on their back and the pants on their breeches. I mean, that's all they have, and so you've got to provide with all the toiletries, all the personal care, hygiene products, everything, and so they do need a lot. And it's good that y'all are getting bedding, because it's good to change that bedding out every so often, because they have a turnover frequently throughout the course of the years at Fairhaven.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's a great project that y'all came up with this year.
We're excited about it.
Okay. And so all y'all in the nursing program at Coastal Pines?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What year are y'all in?
We're in our senior semester.
We have one more semester to go. We are so excited.
So by May you should be out?
Yup.
Okay. And what does that mean? What will you be then?
We will be registered nurses.
So you will be RNs by then. Okay.
We're running on no sleep and caffeine right now.
Yes.
But our program is awesome. I think it's the second year that they've done an RN program at Coastal Pines. And
so they just moved into the RN program. They did have the CPA nursing program for a long time, and now starting last year and this year they've moved to the RN program.
Yes.
Usually, students had to go to like Georgia Southern and places like that around here if they wanted to get that RN degree. But it's good that they can get it locally right here in town through a technical college, which is a lot less expensive.
And it will help our hospital very well.
Yes, it will. They have more RNs, because you never can have enough of them.
Oh, yeah.
They're needed everywhere, not hospitals, doctors' offices, clinics, you name it, home care, all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
And are y'all's goals to stay here in Wayne County once you get your RN degree in May, or are y'all going to keep your options open?
Well, I mean, Wayne Memorial's home for me just because I've worked there for so long. But, I'm not trying to stay comfortable, trying to get out of my comfort zone. So, but Wayne Memorial is home for me.
There are so many options that in the nursing field that we can choose from.
They are.
Compared to an RN and an LPN, the spectrum is so much more broad than.
Yeah, they are. From the CPA, LPN, now RN.
Yes, sir.
And it's good that y'all are able to get that. Y'all got to be excited about that. Have y'all had careers before this, or this is the first thing you started off with?
Well, I'm an LPN already. I've been an LPN.
You've been LPN for a while.
Ever,
Okay.
I cut hair for a while.
You cut hair for a while?
I did.
Did you get that degree at Coastal Pines?
I did. A couple of years ago I did, and I decided to go back. I've always wanted to do nursing, so I'm getting it done finally.
Well, that is a calling. That is a calling. I could not be. I am thankful for nurses tremendously, because it's a great job that nurses do for their patients. But it's just a calling, and I'm glad that there are folks out there who have that calling to be RNs and other type of healthcare providers.
We love it so far.
Okay.
We love it.
Well, good luck on your raffle.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure that the ladies that come to Fairhaven are going to appreciate the new bedding and furnishings, and possibly the hygiene products and everything else that come there that y'all are raising funds for. And just big thank you to all these merchants out there that have stepped forward to donate items to y'all for this great raffle.
Thank you so much for having us.
And if a person buys a bunch of tickets, that means that they can win more than one prize. Is that right?
I bought multiple tickets, and I'm going to be upset if I don't win the charcuterie board. I'm going to be honest.
What now?
It's a cheese board.
A cheese board
from Design Divas, and I'm really excited about it. There's, like I said, there's some great prizes on there.
There's some great prizes on there that you even get excited about.
I'll be upset if I don't win something.
Miranda Martinez, who you just heard speaking, and Elizabeth McCannon here. They're in the RN program at Coastal Pines Technical College. They'll be graduating this May. They're doing a fundraiser. It's a community service project they're required to do. And not only required to do it, y'all seem excited about it and having a good time with it. And then you feel good by raising these funds for these ladies that will be able to use the bedding and other items they get from Glen Pond there at Magic Mattress at Fairhaven through the years. Yes. Bob, any questions or comments for our ladies this morning from Coastal Pines and the RN program?
Thank you very much.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bob, anything else on your mind this morning? All right. World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, brought to you by First Southern Bank. Also brought to you by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, by Murphy Builder Supply, and also brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.